Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I am doing How to Dogmatika Invoked with Michael. Say what's up, Mike.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm very happy to have had you. We actually were just playing in a remote duel tournament at Grandmaster Games. I'll link them below. Also, I have a video on how to join remote duel tournaments for Grandmaster Games if anyone would like to start playing remote duels. But you were on Dogmatika Invoked. Anyways, we do a quick card by card of the deck list, and then you'll explain your choices, because I think your list is mostly similar to what people are used to. I think you said it was slightly different. I honestly couldn't tell you. So
Sure.
let's take a quick look. If you're not familiar with the series, what we do is I bring on someone who knows how to play a deck, and they tell me how to play the deck in a few games over YGOPRO. And my goal is to be you, the audience, and ask him all the questions that you might have. And he has no control over the cards, so he has to tell me exactly what to do, and I have to just do that while asking questions that are relevant to the game state. Just for anyone who wants to purchase these cards, I have a TCGPlayer affiliate link in my description. If you want to use that code, you can. We're playing 3 Ecclesia, 2 copies of Fleur-de-Lis, 1 copy of Maximus, 1 Punishment, 3... I'm getting used to the names. Nadir Servants. Yeah, you know what? The YGOPRO says Disciple of Nadir. And, you know, I'm not one of Farfa's banished piles, so I don't belong there. Alright.
Yeah, we run 10 of the Dogmatika cards. Some people like having less Ecclesias. I just think that's strictly wrong. Ecclesia is such a good card that, especially with Ash Dragon, you can burn through all 3 of them pretty quick.
Yeah, I think they all 3 came up in our match yesterday as well. Matter of fact, I think one of my matches, I'm not sure if it was ours or not, but I had no idea that Nadir can actually add back from Graveyard. So not only did 3 come up, it came up 4 times in one match, which was crazy. All right, continuing. We got, for hand traps, we got 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Gamma, the best hand trap of all, Driver, 3 Infinite Impermanents, and the anti-hand trap Called by the Grave. We got triple Alistair the Invoker, 2 invocations. Oh man, you aren't the guy who's going to open it every single game, almost every single game.
Yeah, that's the one downside with only 2.
Yeah, we got triple Magical Meltdown, Terraforming, which might as well say Magical Meltdown, 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, which I love in this deck, 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, 1 copy of Shadal Schism. We got 3 Potted Desires. In the extra deck for the invoked cards, I got 1 Agoides, I don't know how you pronounce it, I'll go with that. Purgatrio, 2 Mechaba, got a Secure Gardna, an Almirage, 2 copies of Nates, 1 El Shadal Apkalone, 1 copy of Window, 1 copy of Construct, my boy Cyframe Lord Omega, 2 copies of Titaniclad the Ash Dragon, and 1 copy of Linkaribo, and your side deck is triple Nibiru, triple Cosmic, triple Evenly, triple Artifact Lancia, and triple Ice Dragon's Prison. Anything that's different about your list that's worth mentioning, besides the triple Ecclesia?
I would say the Linkaribo, that's a flex spot. That comes up for Dino when they have the token. It's really nice, because the deck doesn't really have an inherent... You have a lot of dinos running around. I play Linkaribo in there. Otherwise, you can just slap that in for like any... You can do that, Ignister, Synchro, or you could do the Fusion, the Fossil guy that banishes to destroy.
So the Skull Knight, or the... What is it? Skull Knight, or Ad Ignister Wind Pegasus, I think?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think my opponent in the round before we played did play the Wind Pegasus, so I saw it there. Yeah, I didn't consider Linkaribo as an out for the Dino token. I mean, in my deck, I'm constantly turning that thing into Linkaribo, so I guess I kind of just took that for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Is being able to target their cards that important in the Dino match? I'm not sure.
It's not the most important thing in the world. It's just, it's like, I mean, a free Linkaribo is always nice, and like it shuts off your imperm is basically the biggest thing, and the one that really hurts is the punishment. You can't resolve punishment, which obviously punishment's busted. So that's normally the worst one.
I think I've seen lists that play more than 1 punishment.
That's another thing. Yeah, I used to have 2, 1 in the side, going first and going second. It does come up a decent amount where I would say, you know, I'd like to have a second one, so that could also be changed. But I've been playing for a while with only 1, and it doesn't come up enough to the point that I would want to really change. Maybe I'd go 2 punishment, 2 desires. But at that point, I like to go either 3 or 1 cards, except for like weird scenarios like Invocation.
Oh, alright. Well, I played nothing but 2 ofs in my deck, so, you know, I'm on a different, like, plane of thought there. Anyways, anything in the side deck that might be different than other people are playing? I think you mentioned your side's like unusual, or
Yeah, my side's kind of just whatever. Like the Cosmics should probably be gone. That was basically around with the Eldritch. Eldritch isn't as relevant anymore, so you could easily change that to like the Lightning Storm or a Heavy Feather. You could add a Heavy Feather Duster. The Nibiru is obviously good for like any combo deck. Evenly is pretty bad in this format. I wouldn't recommend running Evenly just because any like Dragon Link, they have how many negates, so a one of Evenly isn't going to do anything. And then if you play against Infernoble, they're just going to take it out of your hand anyway, so who cares?
well, you're also playing a deck for remote duel, so these are cards you have versus cards that you could play. So Lightning Storm, I don't think there's a reason to purchase a Lightning Storm at this point. I feel like it can get reprinted out of nowhere and just be down $90.
Yeah, and I mean, Evenly is really good against Rogue, which actually the hardest matchup for me with this deck is random Rogues, because as a control style deck, it's a lot of knowing your opponent and knowing what to hit to get the most value out of your cards, because, you know, we're not setting up a you can't play board. I mean, kind of, Window normally says that, but more or less you're using all of your cards to the maximum efficiency as possible.
Which you can't do if you don't know what they're doing, right?
Yeah. And then Lance is just there. Lance is good for the mirror. It's also great for Dino, so that's always nice. And then Ice Dragon Prism is, every time that card resolves, it's so good.
Yeah, I do like it in the side deck. As good as it is, I don't think you can reliably count on your opponent going into like Rock plays and Adamancipator anymore, or even Eldritch plays. I'm not even sure Eldritch is on the high level of play right now. I mean, people are playing like Dogmatika Eldritch. I think I played against that yesterday in the tournament.
Yeah, there's that one weird Buster Blader deck that runs around with Buster Blader, Dogmatika, Eldritch, like 8 Dragoon, different engines in that deck, but I haven't seen that much in remote duels just because that's a expensive deck that is a mess.
Alright, well, alright, now that we've gone through all the cards in the deck list, let's get into our matches. Lately, my YGOPRO has been starting on no ban list every time I do this. It's been weird. I don't know why. I just turn it on. It's like, you don't need a ban list. And then, like, the first deck I play against was like triple max C. It was, I mean, all those ban cards, they actually didn't help them at all. I don't know. I feel like our game is too crazy now that current cards are actually better sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Maxi would be a nice one as a control player to have, but that would be a mess.
Oh man, this hand, so broke. Doesn't work. Oh god.
Oh god, we're playing a glue deck.
Alright, so there's a good chance that we don't win this game, partially because our hand is trash. We drew the ultimate Cyframe.
Yeah, this is the weakest part about the deck, is obviously the draws. Since it requires... Oh, that's a good start. Oh, not really. I forgot. Never mind.
I mean, this is my problem with playing 3-ups. We have a lot of cards that do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So if you already have a card and you draw the same card, or you play a draw card that draws the same card, you don't have any new cards. It's the only problem with playing 3-ups. I'm not saying you should intentionally play an excessive amount of other cards that are worse than your 3-ups. But sometimes I feel like you can diversify.
Yeah, I mean, Desires is by far the worst card in the deck, but that's a good start.
That might be live. How do you recommend we go about playing this match?
We'll start with Terraforming, because we can't really play around Droll here.
Okay.
So we might as well play right into it. If they Ash this and we still have Meltdown.
I suppose. Also, then they'll still both be in our hand to save for potentially on future turns.
Yeah, now we'll rip Meltdown, see how far they'll let us go. He's pretty much got to stop something with Fiendus, so our tactics should be live regardless.
Alright, I would like an Alistair the Invoker, please. And I'm guessing we're holding off on this Desires until we get that Invocation?
Yeah, so we'll normal summon Alistair and search Invocation if he lets us.
Do the zones matter whatsoever?
I always go left side, but I don't know. I play around Mech Knights as much as possible, just because, you know, eventually it'll come up 1 out of a million games. But it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
So now Tactics is live, so that's... Oh, I don't know what the hell that card is.
Who's Mastrix? Well, if a monster gets set on his field and all his monsters are face down, he can special summon it from his hand. Once per turn, it can flip itself face down, and it has a flip effect that it can banish a monster your opponent controls. So if we were to... It was just summon this turn, so if we could flip it, I would say we can talents take it and then flip it and then banish the Guru, but we won't be able to flip summon it this turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Are we timed to desires, or should we... And especially useful when we know they don't have an Ash Blossom.
Yep.
Oh, looky.
Playing around Imperm, nice. Now we rip desires. See what we can get.
Come on, luck. Because with this hand, all we're not doing anything really. Oh, that could be useful.
Yeah, so I mean, we're going against a slow matchup too. So luckily we don't need to do that much per se, but it's always nice.
Oh, let's see how bad this went. An Alistair Fleur.
Alistair, like I said, Schism's always gone. Double Fleur kind of hurts because now our Fleurs aren't live.
All right, so I guess we're just setting some cards and passing.
Yeah, I would go into All Mirage and then secure, just to get him out of the hand.
Alrighty.
And then this way, they're gonna end up beating over, and then our Gamma's gonna be live, which is nice. But
now I'm only gonna ask this because I'm always like in favor of setting my imperms in front of my opponent's back row to negate their back row, but I know other people just like don't worry about it.
No. Absolutely. Always set it. You can set it in any three. That's your choice. Which one you think is the most relevant?
That one. I don't know why, but that one. All right. And set Droplet, I guess.
Yep.
And I really.
That's the nice thing about Droplet in this deck is it's so free. Like, okay, if we resolve Droplet, either one or two things can happen. We either Gamma before we Droplet, and then if we need to, we can Droplet for 2 for free. Otherwise, Droplet, send Driver, Meltdown, like 2 useless cards.
It's like a Dark Ruler on your opponent's turn. I think I'm passing, right? I can't think of a reason to flip this. Keep in mind, he could have the trap card to make his cards unnegatable.
True.
Which would be the best card for us to set Imperm in front of, because then it won't be able to set itself by its own effect, it'll just go to the graveyard, because it's not actually a continuous card. I think people think it is. Alright.
I'd probably Imperm this. I'd save Ash, play around tactics.
I know, I'm just thinking, like, if I'm thinking there's like a sequence where we actually Droplet with the Meltdown, so that if he activates the trap card and it happens to be in this column, we can negate it. But
yeah, I mean, I'm good with that.
But I think the trap only says his activations can't be negated, and Imperm is in effect, so it might negate it anyway. So I'm not sure.
I mean, if you want to, you could Droplet send Driver.
Well, that tips we have Gamma in deck, which we don't need to do.
True, but then if we send Driver and Meltdown, then we can negate both, and then he can't flip his other guy.
Okay. Well.
Otherwise, you could send Meltdown and Secure.
I can't. I don't know. Might be overthinking this. I just think there's a lot more options than just Imperm, is all. And the other benefit would be if we can Imperm it and then chain the Droplet, but he would already have used trap cards. His trap if he responds with it, so. Alright, so now that we've talked this out, how do you feel?
I still say shotgun the Imperm.
Okay.
I think playing around a 1 of 3 back row, yeah, so it's not even in the right column, so.
Oh, well, worth a shot. Oh, it's turning it face down. That'll prevent us from negating it because Imperm targets. That was the only reason to potentially use, like, the Ash.
Yeah.
So he's gonna search, he'll still flip. Although we could, at this point, negate both with Droplet using our Gardna so we can Gamma.
Yeah, I mean, we could send both Imperm and Gardna now.
That'll prevent him from activating more trap cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Gamma's alive now, so it's like, why not?
Alright.
And we're just trying to basically play as slow as possible.
Yeah, his deck's playing slow, so we're going to try and outslow him.
Yep. It's gonna be a bit harder with without any flurs, but
Well, it looks like we're going to be relying on Purgatrio.
yeah.
Oh, did that not even work? Because he's face down now. Oh man.
I think it should have worked. It just flip. It still flips, but his effect should be negated.
Well, let's hope. I'm feeling like this sequence went. Either way, all we did was remove. Yeah, it didn't stop it because he was negated, but by becoming face down, he's sort of considered a new monster, so it resolved anyway. Hey, never mind. All these things are going wrong. I guess the only thing that would have stopped it was a bash through all these cards. Well, that doesn't. Will that work? Because he did resolve the trap card. I'm curious if it'll work. Also, flipping that face down doesn't accomplish anything.
He has not meltdown this turn, right? But yeah, all he does is banish. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave that.
Yeah, we don't have a monster to banish, and I guess he can. Okay, it didn't work.
Fair enough. All right. Now, I mean, we're gonna be digging some more. We got another meltdown I'd use first. We know he's got final battle, so
yeah, he's also got Fiendus, which is a problem. He does have a face-up.
So if we can bait Fiendus on meltdown, we can Gamma. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't like the looks of that. I don't know if there's much we can do about it.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup, but yeah, we let it resolve because I mean, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, we're not main decked for trap decks. We're main decked for the crazy combo decks of this format.
Yeah, I mean this deck is very good against the meta. Not so much. Even it's okay against Rogue. It's just like if you don't, it's like going against S0. Like if you don't open the outs, you don't open the outs.
Good thing we play outs. But yeah, too bad he's not playing it, or maybe he didn't draw that half the engine. So what do you think? Meltdown first?
Yep.
See if we can grab that other invocation, or the invocation. We didn't banish one, right?
I don't think we banished any.
Okay.
Oh, nice free value chain Gamma.
Well, at the very least, we can resolve it. The driver will just have to be sent to the graveyard because there can be only one. I think he's going to activate the trap that says his activated effects can't be negated, but we're negating the activation. So this is where I think it actually works. But I could just be totally wrong. Come on, luck. Please work. Alright, so we summon the driver. We summon Gamma. There can be only one who's going to make us send something to the graveyard. I guess we can keep the beater, but we also kind of want in the grave for future Gammas.
Oh, let's see.
He can negate an attack with the Hidden City, so with his face-down monster.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well send driver, because I don't think we're not going to use it.
Okay, add Alistair the Invoker. Nice. And it would be nice if there was a way to get rid of Hidden City, but I don't think we can.
Yeah, the one downside of this deck is like it doesn't have an main deck out for stuff like this, like Mystic Mind, stuff like that. So it depends what kind of you're playing against to see if it's worth, because you could easily cut like a Desires. Like I said, Desires is the worst card in the deck, but sometimes I mean there's necessary evils.
So I guess we're going Alistair, search Invocation, hopefully.
Yep.
Pray that it's not going to get negated for a change. But yeah, apparently, if you negate the activation of a card effect, even if the Sub-Terra effect resolves, it will still negate it. So that's good to know. I should know that already, I just feel like I haven't played Sub-Terra in a while. Actually, I did, and I was citing Prohibition, and I called Prohibition on Sub-Terra Guru. But they had Red Eyes Fusion and just played the other half of their deck, so, it didn't matter. Okay, what do...
What type is Purgatrio? That's a Pyro.
He's a Fiend. Level 7 Fire Fiend.
Let's say it might just be a Purgatrio beatdown type of
Unfortunately, though, he'll be able to negate our attack.
Let's see.
Although, we could use... No, we wouldn't get to the damage step, but we could droplet him, but then he could just flip himself down next turn. And we could still negate his activation with Mechaba.
Well, what if we, because it just negates one attack if it's face down, right? Is that what Hidden City does?
Yeah, it negates an attack, but we don't have like 2 attackers.
Well, we got Gamma. We can Gamma attack first, take 800, and then it'll be face up.
That's true. And then we can also Droplet.
We can Ash. Well, I would Ash that just because.
Either way, it looks like we're making Purgatrio.
Yeah.
Activate Purgatrio. Well, Invocation. Summon Purgatrio. We could use the one in Grave and keep a beater on the board with the Alistair.
Yeah, we could use the one in the graveyard, and then I would use. Oh yeah, Ashes in hand. Never mind. Definitely use Almirage.
Yeah, we don't need to waste that. I guess there's no reason to. Well, we should use our extra monster zone because we don't have another use for it, right?
It's personal preference. I never use my extra monster zone with this deck. Normally it doesn't come up, but it sure. Zones really don't matter that much in this deck. The only thing is you try to play around like that one Link one. So now one thing is normally what I do is I don't activate Invocation right away because it's better to, if I'm gonna use Desires, if we're gonna dig deeper, you want to save the Invocation in the graveyard before you add it back to hand to guarantee that you can do it afterwards. So you put back your Invocation.
Fair. So I done messed up. And
but no, that's fine because I don't think it's worth using Desires here because then this very well could go to a deck out if we Desires again.
Alrighty. So let's try and punch into this dude.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with this guy, and then
yeah, attack first with Gamma.
Go Gamma. Storming Mirror Force. Okay, you let the attack go. Oh, this is going to be damage step, so we actually won't be able to Ash it. But we can Droplet it. We can Droplet both of them, which will make them smaller.
Oh, it's only attack.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind that idea. But it will activate in damage step, so we won't be able to Ash it if we don't negate it. Well, we can negate it in damage step. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Actually, how would that work?
I mean, yeah, after we can always chain. I would wait to chain before we...
I'm not sure we can, because this might be start of damage step, this might be after damage calc, in which case we'd be too late. So I think we have to do it beforehand. If we also use the Gamma, it kind of negates our attack, so we won't even take any damage.
True. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Let's rip it. I don't think we're going to need it. It's something that it's nice to hold if we can, but there's really no reason to if we're going against a deck like this where it's not going to really come up that much.
Is there any sensible reason to boost him any higher to do more damage? I wouldn't think so, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but we don't. You only do that if you have game.
All right. I guess there's also a possibility that there's another one. Oh, too late, buddy.
Yeah, because now hopefully if we clear his board, we can kind of just take the top deck.
Ah!
How does it?
I have no idea. Well, at least he's face up, which means we can run him over.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's because his activated effects can't be negated, and that is an activated effect. I guess I didn't consider that. We didn't negate the activation, but none of these cards would have. What?
Oh my god, he's got
the legit card. Send a monster from your hand or face-up field. If you do add a flip effect from your deck to your hand, we could negate that.
What's the final battle, though? Is that activations of just monsters, or is that any Subterra card can't be negated?
The activated effects of Subterra cards can't be negated. So we can't negate the activation, or we can't negate its effect. I guess we can't stop it. All he's going to do is, he's either going to send a monster from his hand or field to the graveyard to add a flip effect with the same attribute but a different name, or he's going to send a flip monster from his hand or face-up field to the graveyard to add a monster from his deck with the same attribute but a lower level. That's a lot to drink in.
Let's see, if we Ash...
I don't think we can negate the effect. Or can we?
I was say, right? Well, can you hover over? Let's see how the final battle's worded.
This turn, activated effects, which it is an activated effect. We wouldn't be negating the activation.
Yeah, no. I don't think Ash would resolve.
Okay,
so you just let it go.
Let's just run these guys over, and we can try and get through on the following turn, I guess. Okay, he sent that, so he won't take the damage. And he's probably going to search a garbage card. Okay. I think that one's a draw card. Draw 2 and then discard a Subterror.
Okay.
Huh, we got him. Big damage.
Alistair beat it down, baby.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we're passing here unless we want to take a shot at drawing 2 cards, which I don't think we should, at least not until searching again. Which we can't do because, of course, there can only be one Alistair.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, pass turn. Hope for the best.
Yeah, control versus control is always a bit tedious, especially floodgate control.
Yeah. Well, there's no point in trying to negate any of his cards because it'll just flip the trap card and then make it so they can't negate it. Oh, alright. What? He's playing like the pure garbage cards and the good cards. So.
Pure Subterror. You hate to see it.
I mean, someone requested I do how to pure Subterror.
Oh.
Can't do anything about that.
How big does Guru get? He gets to 34, right?
34. Conveniently, Purgatrio should be bigger. And we can always do the boost. He could have went into this turn with the plan of being, what do you call it? Being bigger, not realizing he wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably just attack over Alistair and pass. Or yoink.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, is he going to link it off? Otherwise, we're just going to get it back. We're not going to die. Oh, look, we'll put it back in the main monster zone where it's normally at.
He's just going for damage, I guess.
Oh, he could also use the effect to flip his guy face down and flip Purgatrio face down. I think he keeps it then.
Yeah, he would.
That would be unfortunate. But there ain't much we can do about that. Please don't know how to play your deck. Okay, that is preferable.
That's alright. Honestly, that's almost better for us. We'd rather have it in our graveyard than... finally, we saw a Dogmatika card.
Yeah, but, you know, I guess we have Maximus to nuke. Maximus would kill this thing.
Yeah, and I don't think they play... What's their... Does that guy only have 5 extra deck cards?
That is weird. I didn't realize we were playing against such a bum extra deck. Okay, whatever. I don't think Extravagance was played.
We'll start with Alistair.
Normal summon, search invocation. This card is annoying if you play... to play against if you play Pankratops. Because then they just take your Pankratops every single turn and just keep popping your cards. That would be unfortunate.
So for this turn, we want to just see if we can get game on board, I'd say. We know all the cards, right?
Huh?
We know all of his cards, so...
I'm not 100% on all the cards in his hand, but I'm not exactly sure what he's searching that's productive.
Yep. I'd let that resolve.
There's no point, because the trap card... He can only use the trap card to make it so he can't negate his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's just thinning his deck. He's got 2 Gurus and I think a
we have
Fiendus.
to do 8,000 damage this turn, which actually, if we had Fleur, that would be easy. Can you check our grave? Oh no, we should be fine. Because check our graveyard quick. We're gonna basically go into the Aqueous guy. That's why we really needed him to give us Purgatrio back. Because we go into him, then we're gonna go into our Dogmatika plays. Then we'll use Max. As long as he doesn't. As long as there's 5 cards in his extra deck aren't triple or double Nova, we should be fine.
I would imagine not. And for now, there can be only one on the board, so they wouldn't be able to resolve all 3 anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the line now? We're going straight to Goides, or?
Actually, real quick, double check what attribute Legoitus is, or
Alright.
what type. Fair, yeah. I was gonna say I thought it was something irrelevant. Yeah, so let's go right into him.
He'll only pop a card. He won't be able to gain attack, right? Because we're going to be banishing our one fusion.
Yeah, but he'll gain attack when we use Maximus.
Oh, next level. I don't know. I don't know how this deck works.
Some people even I've seen one person put a 5,000 dragon in his extra deck solely for this guy.
It's not the craziest idea. I've heard of putting like what do you call it? Cyberse Adignister in your extra deck, and then you can play like Linkbound and like reset your entire hand.
Yep.
That was on like a Bear X video or something the other day. Oh, we can keep the Alistair on the board.
No, definitely use the Alistair.
Oh yeah, because there can be only one, and
Yep.
Dogmatika is our spellcasters. Yeah, I would have screwed that up big time. Pop card. Oh, just monster?
It's only monster, yeah.
So he'll add an Earth back to his hand, which is irrelevant. We know he doesn't have Nibiru. Oh, that adds from deck. Is there an Earth monster that can stop us from his deck?
Honestly, ash it because it's the only thing in this deck we can't ash.
Okay. Also, Ghost Bell is a thing, and I think it's an Earth. Okay.
Alright, yeah, this should just be game then. I don't think there's any outs.
Alright. Walk me through, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can add Alistair back.
There's no chance of us resolving the fusion. Well, we could potentially fuse again if we draw Invocation off of the Desires. But not if we have to Nadir and keep stuff for Nadir first.
Oh crap! Actually, look at our banish. Is Maximus even in our deck? I thought it was. Right?
I think we just lost the floors.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So we'll just send. Honestly, we can send Ins Pop Tikaboo too. We might as well. Because nothing else. Final Battle doesn't have any other effects, right? Except for the 8.
Nothing useful. Flip them face up, flip them face down, boost attack.
Yes, this should just be game because we can get 4,000. Yeah, 4,500 off him, 1,500 on Max, and then Alistair for 7,000.
Okay,
so we'll send Inst.
All right. For Ecclesia?
I would add Max here to play around. Like, actually, yeah, I would add Max just to play around.
Does it have to be summoned in defense? The Max?
Nope. You can summon an attack.
Oh, okay, just verifying, because I thought there was a problem with this card, because I thought about playing it. Activate Inst. Pop, there can be only one.
Yeah, normally you'd probably go Ecclesia, but since we have a lot of knowledge about what's in his hand and on his field, might as well just go the most direct route. Play around any unknown, because like, what could really hurt us here is Nibiru, which I don't think he has.
Me neither. That's what I was thinking. If we just do Ecclesia, we just search the Maximus anyway?
Yeah, the only downside to be would be like if he has an Ash in hand.
Yeah, I guess I'm not 100% on his hand. I'm fairly certain it's 2 Gurus and a garbage, some garbage Subterror Behemoth I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
But I could be totally wrong. We could have just been missing like one card that like ruins the game.
No, I'm pretty sure this is just game on board.
Okay, so he's going to get boosted by 25 by the test, get an extra 1,000 from the Alistair. That would be 55, and then this guy has 15, so that would be it.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Doesn't matter how we get to game, as long as it's we get the game.
Yeah.
All right. Doesn't have to be pretty. Our opponent is deciding if they want to time us out.
He's
I
really
guess.
Debating if he wants to activate Final Battle. He's reading all the effects. We might be here for a while.
At least one of them is legal. Did he play this one yet this turn? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay. It's hard to remember. Our turn was a little longer than expected, I guess. Not in a bad way. Just trying to figure out what the optimal plays are.
And that's the nice thing about this deck, too. It's a control deck, but it does play very well against other control decks because, I mean, if you can beat Dragon Link, you should be able to beat most other decks.
Yeah, I guess it's just nice you have a toolbox of options in your extra deck, at least including the tests.
Yeah.
I might have to drop out on this guy if he's going to sit here. I mean, I make the timer a little high so that we don't ever time out for taking a while to discuss plays, but one, he's playing a garbage deck. So I wonder how game 2 is going to go. We're just going to blow him out with side deck options. Yeah, I'm going to have to exit this game to not give this guy the satisfaction of just sitting here and watching us squirm. So I'm going to chalk this up as a win. And
so we have game on board, and I'm pretty sure we have all hand knowledge too. So this game was definitely one.
All right, so we out of here. We're gonna do another one. You're still here, right?
Yep.
Just making sure. Sometimes people go silent for just slightly too long. It happened in the tournament yesterday. My opponent was making plays, but it wasn't activating anything, so he didn't say anything. He was just making a bunch of inherent summons, and he was doing it at a reasonable pace. I'm like, you there? Is your mic working? Alright, we're going first.
Yeah, always go first.
I've heard there are versions that go second, but I think they might include more stuff that I'm not familiar with. Do we have enough Alistair?
I would say that's normally how this deck works. Either open all or none.
Yeah. What's the line of play? Should we just get it out of the deck, or should we just avoid Droll and go straight for Alistair?
I was going to say, that's the thing. Would we rather play into Droll or play into Ash?
I would imagine Ash is more likely.
Yeah, that's what I would say as well, especially game 1. I would just go the full combo, use Terraforming, then Meltdown, then...
Alright. Ash that. Oh, they didn't want to Ash
that. Yeah, I think that's the nice thing about YGOPRO, right? Now we know they don't have any hand traps.
Not necessarily. They could just decide that it wasn't worth stopping it to begin with. Like, they might have a... You can, like, hold down the right mouse button and avoid being asked to stop something. Because he's like...
Gotcha.
It's like, Terraforming, I want to see what the field spell is first. So...
Yeah.
Like, I would ignore a Terraforming unless I'm afraid of Mystic Mine.
Yeah, no, I mean, you never Ash Terraforming. That's the one thing going against this deck, too. Always hit Alistair to play around Gamma.
Yeah, also let him... Oh, speaking of...
Yep, there it is.
We can be a really bad player.
Honestly, I think that's the correct play here. We need to... It sucks to do it, but we have to Ash it.
Alright.
Otherwise, you just pass. So this way we at least get Makaba.
Okay. So... Al Mirage. Maybe he's playing a real Cyframe deck. And I know I'm on, like, competitive, but, you know, it could be anything. And,
Nothing like a good old-fashioned Makaba pass.
well, I mean, Firewall Pass was the greatest thing back in the day.
Yep.
But he's banned, so this is better. Alright. And, add it back.
Yep.
Is there any reason to leave it there?
No, definitely not.
Because we have Alistair in hand. Back. We can't draw the invocation if it's not there. Do we want to draw the invocation? That's the only reason I'm making a big deal out of it.
So I would rather have it in hand because we might burn an Alistair on a monster negate, and then next turn we would have to use invocation to add the other Alistair back, and then we couldn't recycle it to get the free Alistair next turn.
Okay, so we're gonna pass and hope that we can do something through Gamma.
Yep.
All right.
So that's another thing. We know he has Gamma, so obviously we don't want to hit anything until he has a monster on board.
Lost World. Well, we obviously can't stop that.
Yep.
I think we're in trouble.
So yeah, we'll wait for Mist Engrave. Oh, he's playing Synchro version.
Well, that's not a monster effect. Okay, so we're gonna get a token. He's probably gonna crash into it to try and get a play, and then we'll negate it in the damage step, right?
I don't think you can't negate Lost World, I'm pretty sure.
No, we'll be negating the activated effect of the Petit Pterodon or the baby Ceratosaurus.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Or
this is the tough one.
Because in the damage step you can't activate Misk, so if we let Oviraptor come out, we can negate Oviraptor. He'll be one card further through his playables.
Yeah, so you definitely let Baby resolve. See what he brings out.
Because he could just bring out Archosaur, try to pop another baby, and we can negate that. He's already normaled. But now, alright, so we can negate this, and he can't negate it. But if he has Misk, he'll be able to use Misk pretty much freely.
Yeah, so basically it comes down to, does he have... We can either wait for the Misk and negate that.
But he's also playing a combo deck. If he can't establish this monster, he might not be able to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would negate this effect. Because if he brings out UTC. It's not the worst thing in the world.
He might bring it out anyway. He could just put this in grave with the Link Haribo and then...
Yeah, if he has Pill in hand, he can just do it anyways, so...
Or if he drew it, he can just hard summon it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can, at least. Ooh.
Use mech.
This is a reason not to put a card in the extra monster zone.
Yeah.
So this is like for Calamities type Turbo. Okay, that's good for us, I suppose.
I don't know why he didn't do that main phase 1, though. He could just beat over... I guess he wanted the Lost World. That makes sense. Oh, nice, we drew Invocation.
Okay. Oh, hey, it happened.
So, I would, here's where Link Haribo comes up.
Alright, but the only problem with this is it literally plays into this card, but I guess he'll be dead. You can't lose if he's dead, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how much damage we could do here. So you got Unknown in hand. Well, first we'll use Meltdown, because we always use Meltdown here.
Thin the deck, thin the deck. More attack points. We can negate Meltdown. That's an option. Alright, does he have a light engrave? No. So there's no way for us to...
fire, though.
What was that?
He has a fire engrave.
Yeah, we can make our Purgatrio with that. The Link Haribo is going to make our attack 0, or try to.
Yeah, I mean, we just got an attack with Makaba first.
Oh, we can attack
Basically,
with...
we just want to make sure we can kill... Because what's our guy going to be at? I mean, worst comes to worst, we have to use an Alistair to boost it, but...
Okay. So Purgatrio will be 22 minus 5, or 23 minus 5? What is he at?
23 minus 5 plus... so I think we're actually 500 short.
So we'll have to waste an Alistair.
Yeah.
Alright, normal Alistair, right?
Yep. And that's another reason, this is where the Link Haribo came up. If we didn't have Link Haribo in deck, we couldn't use Alistair effect to boost, because it targets.
Ah, that is important. Yeah, sometimes we forget the specifics of why this card was important one time, until it comes up again. Alright, Fusion?
Yeah.
Alright, again, I will be asking lots of obvious questions, just because it's a habit. Alright, Purgatrio. Using our Alistair. Oh, we have a Alistair in grave, I didn't realize.
Ooh, that's actually really good then. Yeah, let's use that Alistair in grave. Because then we can bait the Alistair, or we can use Alistair to attack into Link Haribo. Yeah, use their stuff. Always use their stuff if you can.
Alrighty. Should we add back?
Yep. And now, actually, I think we go for a game here.
Do we have game? Because we're minus 5 on everything.
Yep. We're minus 500, but if we, let's see, so Alistair gets rid of Link Haribo. Now, can we get, I guess we got Invocation. So...
Because what can we fuse? Because we can't really fuse anything with these cards, right?
The only thing we could go into would be another Makaba.
Using our own Makaba, because we don't have another light.
Oh yeah, what is in our grave? We just got... Yeah, okay, so we'll just play it slow then.
Alright, so I guess we're just attacking with Alistair and Link Haribo, and then attacking with these dudes.
Yep.
And we'll have to discard an Alistair to get over this guy. Okay, we have a game plan. Stick to the game plan. I've heard it's a good strategy. Take that, Link Haribo. Ah, alright, I guess we'll have 0 attack. Okay, replay the battle? Nope. I hear it's always a good idea to attack with the Purgatrio first in case more monsters appear on the field.
Yeah.
Then we could keep attacking them. And I guess we should go damage step. I can't think of where a damage step effect would be incorrect. And I think he still has Gamma in hand, so we do have to be at least a little bit mindful of that.
Yep. Attack for 2,000.
Alright, I'm not going to attack for 0, that's bad manners. I'll do that next turn. Alright.
What is Secure Garden as?
Attribute?
It doesn't let us... Oh, we already used it, okay.
Yeah, we used it already. It would have been able to use a Link Haribo. That's how they play it.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess we're passing here and hoping they don't have, like, the most broken OP thing ever.
Let's say the nice thing is even if they hard draw, like.
Well, I mean, Pill would get over everything. Oh, wait, what happened? My program closed! I'm not even sure what I did.
I was gonna say, I think we were in a fairly good spot there, because regardless of what he does, we have a monster negate, and then we can just play it slow with.
Well, we had the monster
else.
or spell negate, but we have to play around Gamma, so that's the issue there.
Yeah.
I think this is the same person. Oh, he left. Probably didn't appreciate us disappearing.
I cannot see stream if you're stream sharing.
That would be one of the issues with the program closing and then reopening. So I think his name was Adlet, and the guy came in with the name Adlet, and then they disappeared. Probably didn't want to get disappeared on again. We're going first.
All right, we've yet to open all the both sides of the engine. That's what
we can draw it, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm guessing Meltdown?
Yep.
Oh man, I guessed correctly. That's rare.
So this is one of the examples where you definitely want to Desires before you shuffle Invocation back into the deck.
Ah.
But other than that, we'll go normal combo for Makaba.
And we have the counter to the hand trap.
Yes, sir.
El Mirage, let's go.
But as you can see, like, all 3 games we haven't had very good opening hands, which it does happen. I mean, actually the funniest part is we're seeing more Alistairs than we are Dogmatika, which is normally pretty rare, because we play more Dogmatika cards.
Do we? I feel like it's pretty even, actually.
I mean, just pure number-wise.
Because we have 3, if you're counting Floor and Maximus, yeah, we'll see Dogmatika cards, but we're not going to see. But there's only 3 Nadir and 3 Ecclesia, whereas we have 3 Meltdown, 3 Alistair, and a Terraforming.
Yeah, I always count Maximus just because normally if you open even Fleur is not that bad. It's just a free body that can end up beating over for stuff.
All right,
but here's where I'd rip Desires.
All right, come on, Desires, let's go. Dogmatika cards. That is the worst possible card.
Love to see it.
All right, let's see. How bad did that go?
Lost punishment, but we still have
one Floor,
so that's good.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that doesn't apply to the current game state, and we drew the ultimate hand trap. All right, so now we can add it back, or should we not bother because we might Desires to start our next turn?
No, I would definitely add it back now because we can always resummon Alistair next turn.
I mean, we'd be able to do that anyway. I guess set 3?
I would probably just set 2.
Hold the call?
Hold 1 imperm.
Okay, I guess that gives us the ability to negate a trap with Makaba.
Yep.
I don't know why I put these here. That was a bad decision. As a Mech Knight
I said
player,
35 just to play around Mech Knights, but
well, as a Mech Knight player, I'm used to putting cards in my extra deck columns in case I make an extra deck monster.
It never comes up. Don't worry. Never punished. This guy's playing 50 cards, so what? He's either playing probably Dragon Link or I don't know. Infernoble plays 40 normally, don't they?
They try their best to do as close to 40 as possible. Oh, come on.
God.
This is supposed to be competitive. Or whatever. If we called by this, his turn's probably over.
Yeah, honestly, you're probably right. So I agree.
Especially
against Rogue. That's why, honestly, round 1s are probably the hardest rounds for this deck because you play stuff like this. But at that point, I just shotgun everything because if you're playing a Rogue deck, normally you can't play through multiple. Oh, nice. Pay half your life.
Alright, I guess we'll negate the card he sends instead, if we're going to negate anything.
Yeah.
What card do you play in a Super Quant deck?
Herald.
Do we stop Herald? What is he doing? He's searching a ritual card, right?
I feel we just let that go because we can see what he adds, and then we can still. Okay, that's one way to do it.
All right, I would normally not continue this match, but I'm very curious what his deck does. Any thoughts on the side deck?
Jeez.
We could do nothing. Although I feel like it's got to be some sort of combo deck that should lose to Nibiru.
Do you think it's combo?
I think it's some sort of a combo deck. I feel like Super Quant would qualify as a combo deck because they have to get so many monsters on board to do anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can slap in 3 Nibiru.
And what would we...
And then take out... First thing I take out is Desires. I hate Desires, but...
It's so far been
I take out 2 Desires and 1 Tactics.
Okay, let's go. What on earth is his deck attempting to do? I mean, it's not like you would play the Super Quantum Red Layer. It was just an Alphon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it must be like have the intent of doing Super Quant stuff. This has been one of the most bizarre how to plays in a while.
There she is. Driver's always in hand, baby.
Yeah, we've seen it far more than we've seen Gamma. Search a level 7 or lower. We can find out what he's playing.
Yeah, let's see. Let's let them play a little bit. Let's let them have some fun.
Like, I'm suspecting it'll be a Incantation Chalice line.
It's funny, too. If he's playing extra Foolish Burial, that means our Maximus will power him up, too.
Oh.
But obviously not as much as it's good for us, so I take it every single time.
Search a Super Quant card. I can't imagine... Ash that? I might need to stop that Ben 10. What if he just gets, like, some sort of a extra deck lockout and goes into, like... What's it called? Christian.
Okay.
So
yeah, but we can wait. I don't know what this deck does.
This searches any Super Quant card, but none of them are great. So they're not like the primary stops, with the exception of Great Magnus, who's unaffected by everything.
Oh, Super Quantum Red Layer. That card I know what does.
Alright, so that guy is going to just summon himself, and he foolishes a Super Quant card. When he goes to the grave, he adds the Alphon to hand. So foolishing a card doesn't matter either.
No.
They all have like some sort of minor grave effect, so that's going to let him draw a card by discarding the red layer. I'm tempted to do it now, just because nothing he's done has made any sense. But I feel like at this point,
hold it, just because I feel like draws I never care about.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when people are...
Oh,
yeah, that revives something when it's sent to grave. Alright, so he's got 2 level 4s. He'll probably make a Book of Moon monster. That's what it does. So the green one, which he could overlay for Hardway, negates... or it flips monsters face down. I used to play the green Super Quant in like a deck because I thought the Magnus thing would be played a lot, and it is a Super Quant card and it's only affected by Super Quants. Oh, that's irrelevant. He's just going to search the Alphon. Although, if he has some cool Super Quant combo, I would love to learn what it is. But so far, this has just been... It seemed random as all hell. Okay, that searches 2 cards. So he could search the...
Ash this one.
Yeah, I agree, because this will get him the Ritual Spell and the... Alright. Alright, this has been like... like the weirdest how-to ever. I don't know how much time you have if you want to do another one, or maybe just try this tomorrow.
Let's do one more, yeah. Let's try to get an actual game in here.
Yeah, man, because I don't know if I can even post this, because it's got, like, the weirdest things that have happened. A crap game with Subterror. That was, like, a crap Subterror game. It had a game where we got disconnected for no reason whatsoever. And the weirdest, pointless Super Quant game I've ever seen. Alright.
Nice.
Well, how do you want to take it?
Once again, we can't really play around. I mean, actually, no, I think we Alistair first.
Alright.
I'd play, because I'd rather have the draws than... Like, if he ashes this, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, like, alright, it didn't matter.
Okay, so he was going to use it on that anyway.
I think I would deck then first. I'd search Meltdown, search Alistair.
Okay. I'm like trying to think of a sequence where it makes more sense to just hold it, because I mean we're probably not going to banish all of those, but we could get banish 1 and have 1 less. Have 1 real card stay in deck. Alright, so search Alistair. And then draw 2 cards?
Yep.
Alright, come on. Nadir and Invocation, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that's the dream. You'd love to see it, baby.
3 ofs, man. I guess we're doing nothing. Is there a reason to go into the Secure Guard? No, we can still do that next turn. I mean, it does reduce damage to by 1, right?
I was gonna say, I would go into Secure Gardener just because you might as well feel the grave, and then because you never know if we're gonna end up needing fire next turn.
Well, I mean,
if somehow we can't get it next turn, if he banishes if he macabres our Alistair.
I guess we set this. And...
Yeah, set droplets pass.
There's no way we need to set both, right?
No, I'd never set both. I'd rather have it in hand for next turn.
All right. I mean, you know, the only way this goes badly if he's playing Infernoid, and you know.
Yeah. Droplets can be really good just because it's able to be activated in.
Oh man, the vanilla monster, I can't negate its effect.
Link Spooter.
This is play just to play a bunch of vanilla tuners.
Oh, the ultimate extender.
Yeah, I like this.
That dude played it right into Imperm. Yeah,
that could have been intentional.
Imagine that's Imperm.
Someone actually did that to me yesterday. They played what could only be stopped by Imperm right in front of my Imperm column, but it was like a Dragon Link deck, so you had a way to like Rocket Tracer's card off the board. It was weird. It was cool though.
Yeah, you definitely droplets this.
What should I use? The Meltdown, I guess?
Yeah.
Ah, take that. You can't get over our Secure Gardener. Although this is probably Dragon Link, and he has the move card. He just has to get a dragon on board and he can do most of the combo.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's a bad sign for him.
I feel like any deck that starts with a normal summon a vanilla monster.
What do you mean? That was a combo piece. I think that particular kind of if he's playing Link Spider, he's probably playing a couple normals and he's trying to use one to get one out of his hand.
Yep.
Okay, so this should be full combo. That's pretty cool.
He's going straight into... Oh, no, it's a level 1, jeez.
So that could be LP and move. Or Pisty.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
I guess he doesn't have... he still would have zones, yeah. I don't know why he went Pisty first.
I mean, he's got the Guard Dragon. He can just move it.
He doesn't even need to move it because he is Protector.
Alright, I sense us trying to kill him using Purgatrio through all of his cards on the follow-up.
Yeah.
If we live.
He's got a...
I like that this is a non-activated effect.
So we had 2 Veilers.
Oh, we were never resolving Invocation.
I think we just die here.
There's a very good chance, but we do protect ourselves from 1 damage. But if he makes Savage Boral, but it doesn't activate either.
I'm trying to think. He's got Boral Sword, but Boral Sword only can do at most like 6,500.
Boral Sword. Well, he'll do 35 on the second attack because he won't do damage on the first attack. He won't gain the attack if he doesn't attack with the Boral Sword first.
Yeah.
I would imagine he's hand ripping, which means well, I guess he shouldn't hand rip. He should pop. If he pops, he wins. No, he can't attack with it.
No, yeah, he can't attack. I don't see how he kills us this turn.
He's going to attack for 6,000, and now he's expended like potential negate parts of his board to not win.
Especially if we draw any Dogmatika card right here.
Well, we got a lot of opportunities to draw cards.
We've got 3 draws, so...
We can even, like, well, I guess we can't resolve both of them. I was thinking if he negates the activation one, we could try again. But that would be incredibly degenerate.
We could deck ourselves out.
We could try. It'd be hilarious. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's how he games us. Okay.
Alright, I think we should press this button on the top left here. Ignore chain. Go ahead, kill us. No, yeah, I'm a scoop. You know, I scoop at points like this, and this is where people complain that, oh, you couldn't let me attack you? I'm like, I mean, what's the point? You were purposely hiding that you had game until the last second.
No, I mean, that's why you always want to stick it out, too, because you want to see, we didn't know he was playing Dragoon until now.
Yeah, I know, nothing wrong with that, and, like, realistically, it makes sense to stick and see what our opponent's deck can do, because it did seem like it wasn't
like, once you get the battle phase, yeah, you just scoop.
Alright, so, what's useful here? What should we put in?
So we're definitely we're putting Nib and Ice Dragon, and then we're gonna take out Gamma, and then
2 more.
definitely one Desires, and then it's always in between. Do you go 2 and 2, 1 Desires, 1 Tactics, or do you just take out 2 Desires? I would take out a Tactics just because you hate drawing 2 Tactics.
I always thought of that card as a 2 of just because you can't use 2.
Yeah.
But I'm all for 2 ofs. Let's go first. Oh look, we've opened full combo plus.
Yeah, this is a good hand.
Alright, Meltdown?
Yep.
Oh, we also have this, which...
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. Can't play this game without drawing one of the 2 bricks.
Alright. Normal. What would suck for us the most? A Droll, I guess, but
Gamma.
we've used it.
Gamma would be the worst for us.
Okay.
But yeah, especially now that we know he's playing Dragon Link, we should be really safe to resolve Max.
Alright, so Invocation.
Yep.
Mekaba. Ooh, I almost clicked the worst possible button. I want to fuse with this Ecclesia. I don't need it. I need Secure Garden and more.
Yeah, you can add back Alistair.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if I should do it now. I mean, I guess I should do it before I forget, because I am notorious for that. Activate Ecclesia, summon Defense.
Yep. The best thing, too, is if he actually imprims us, that'd be so good for us.
Should we get
I'd
Punishment
add
or
Max.
Floor? Or Max?
Add,
Oh, Max.
Add Max, yeah.
Alright, Maximum Power! Let's go. Maximus Defense.
I would summon that Zone 5, too.
Okay. You don't like the middle of the field. Activate him?
Yep.
It's not like they use 14 cards of their extra deck in their combo, right? What are we sending? Ash Dragon?
We'll send...
We need to send a Shadal.
We have to send Apicalone and then Ash Dragon.
Alright. That way we can actually summon the Winda.
Yep. Sucks that we can't add it, because if that was any other card, it was free. But
oh, he's playing Calamities. Actually, let me take a look at his graveyard. Cloud Castle. Okay.
oh yeah.
Do we want to activate Gap Cologne? What would it be able to pick up itself?
Yeah, definitely don't activate it, because I feel like it. Yeah, I think it would shuffle itself into the deck.
And then we wouldn't be able to do anything. So that would be stupid. Alright, so just set Schism and pass.
Set Schism, then end phase, Ash Dragon, add Fleur.
Lure. Add to hand. Okay, so I've never played this deck online, so I'm not used to the prompts that the game gives us.
Yeah, a lot of things that people don't know too is like if you Ash Dragon, like if your opponent lets you send it to grave, or you punishment, send Ash Dragon on your own turn. Oh, he's playing Dinos.
Interesting.
He just switch his entire deck.
I mean,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
he's just doing what I do, play 2 different decks in the same deck. That way, 2 different pushes, you can only stop 1.
Basically, we just want to try to resolve Winda whenever he activates something that starts a chain.
Should we try to negate this? Is it even worth it?
I don't think it is. I just say let that resolve.
I feel like there's
If you add Misks, that's actually really good for us.
there is a tiny chance that he gets Carbonedon. I guess that makes sense. So that's going to
What
summon.
does that guy do?
It summons a level 7 or lower dragon vanilla from deck, so it's going to summon that vanilla dragon.
Oh, chain Winda.
All right.
That's going to burn as one. Basically, this is the biggest thing about this deck is if you can get it in a chain, it's so busted. Because then it forces. It's the one special. Oh my god! Good thing
What do you mean? We have the negate for that.
tactics.
All right. No negate. I guess the worst thing that could happen is he could have Droplet and negate Mekaba. Alright, and Winda. Banishing the Ash Dragon. And the Apcalone. Al Capone, let's go. I guess we should go here.
I'll go middle.
Oh.
The only reason why I go middle here is so it doesn't really matter, but just to play around the Link 1 guy that equips.
Alright. This is your one and only special summon. Make it count.
Normal and monster. It's in defense position, so good luck beating over Winda. Ho.
Interesting. I guess we'll just leave him alone. Oh, it's defense? I didn't even read that part.
Yeah. It's forced to be in defense position. Yep. And that's normally how that works. So Winda, if you can get the lock, it's just good enough.
Alright, so now we're going second. What is the game plan? I feel like these might be more useful, or these are this point.
Yeah, I would definitely put in Lancia, and we're probably going to try to make room for Gamma, too.
I feel like we shouldn't even bother with desires or talents, because if we don't draw the cards we need to start the game, we might not win.
Yeah, I would take out take out both desires, take out all 3 of the trap as well then. And then we'll see what else we need.
I pulled the talents, I'm not sure if you really meant to do that, but I would put it. I don't think this called by is going to be useful either.
Yeah, I would put 1 talents in over the called by.
Does this look good?
Just because, yep. If you can bait out, there's so many times though, if you droplet talents in the same turn, if you bait out Dragoon and then just take Dragoon, pop their field and attack, that's just game.
Yeah, I did forget he's playing Dragoon. That might actually be something we should try to just take advantage of. Maybe we should.
And we're playing. How many hand traps do we have right now? We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 hand traps right now. So we should 92% chance of drawing one.
All right. Nothing else is a hand trap, so I guess we can't technically prep any better for stopping him. Just as
I mean, this is good enough. It's either.
I don't know. Could we follow up off of an evenly if we just force out a card? Is there anything we can really do off of it, or could we force out a card then resolve evenly?
I mean, that's why evenly is a tough one because it's mainly just used for like Guru. Guru is great with evenly.
I play Witch's Strike for them. I just let them negate something and then they lose all their cards.
True.
All right, whatever. We'll go with this. I don't think it's going to be relevant. Come on. Let's see what Bobo's got.
I assume he's going to go first if he's playing Dragon Link, but I mean, he's playing Dinos.
But the Dino card is really just from the dump the Carbodet on. Well, we opened 2 hand traps. That usually stops boards, but maybe not against that. Although the Lancia could be really good here. Because he won't be able to banish the Carbodet on to summon the guy from the deck.
Yeah.
Although this could change up where he summons the guy from whatever. I mean, we could try and Ash it too. I don't think we should.
I don't think we. I think we chain. I would Lancia here.
Oh well, we want him to commit to the card he's sending first, right?
Yeah, I just don't know. Does YGOPRO give you a on resolution to activate?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do it right now.
Okay.
It does. Yeah, it has an issue with certain cards. Specifically, the big issue on YGOPRO that we need to be concerned with is trying to activate a chain block type trigger effect from the hand.
Sure.
That's the big one. Okay. What's the game plan? I guess we go this. Hopefully he hand traps it. Then we can mess with his hand or something. Come on. I want an Alistair. Another Alistair.
And the nice thing too is this actually.
Oh man.
Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it.
That couldn't have gone any better. Alright, so I will now let you tell me exactly what to do and I will question nothing.
I would Alistair first.
Why are we doing that? I'm just kidding. Alright,
So I don't think it's worth looking at his hand. It might be worth ripping a card out of his hand.
Maybe after he commits.
Ooh. Chain droplets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to see what he sent first. Alright.
Okay. Send Alistair. That dodges his droplets and we half his attack.
Ha! Take that. We can take his last card, but he might have like a 1-card combo. If we establish.
Well, he's got Misk and Grave, but we do have Ash for Misk.
True. Okay.
So we can just rip Invocation because we have Lancia and Grave.
Okay, yeah, I forgot we had Lancia. I was going to say we can banish his Misk with the invocation.
Yeah, but we have Ash, and I don't think he's holding the one I've called by in hand.
Okay. What should we do with his talents while we can?
So I'll do that after re-invocation.
Okay, I guess just in case he has... Well, he's already tried
It really doesn't matter that much.
Alright, so Mechaba using Lancia and Invoker. Okay. Should we add it back now? Should we draw 2 cards first?
Yeah, I would draw 2 first.
Draw. Activate Pot of Greed. That's pretty good.
Maybe.
Add it back?
Now the question is that just game? Yeah, add that back.
Can you do game with this? Well, his guy's pretty weak right now. He's at 9.
900.
So
if we Ecclesia add... No, I don't think we have game. Unfortunately, we're how much damage? We're 400 damage off.
Well, we get an Ecclesia and a.
Oh yeah, we got game.
Oh, okay.
So we can Ecclesia add Fleur, special Fleur, damage step, double Alistair.
Okay, sometimes it works
for 9,500.
9,500 sounds fantastic. I actually kind of hope he has Nibiru so he can negate it and he could have 0 cards upon the end of this game.
So now...
No, we're not going to get anything. He scoops.
Yeah, and that's game.
Alright, we got one full match.
One thing I'd note there too is to be even extra safe, what we would do before we would go to... So we go to battle phase. We would activate both Alistairs in hand before we declare an attack. Then we would attack using one of the Dogmatikas to boost with Fleur to play around Gamma. There's so many times where if you do it in the opposite direction, like let's say you Mechaba, then Alistair, you can attack, then you Fleur, you need the boost. So then if they have Gamma, then you just, used up so much resources when you could play around it.
Okay, so just purposely boost him while they have a monster. Start with the Fleur to get the attack boost while they still have a monster.
Yep.
Do everything while they have a monster, because Gamma is a hell of a card.
Exactly.
Beautiful. At least we got one full game in here that didn't get messed up. I will probably cut something just because of how poorly some of those things went, just in terms of recording. But thanks again, Mike. Let's just go back to the deck list and see if there's anything worth addressing. Okay, so we're back with the deck list. Is there anything you can think of that did not come up that's worth addressing, or anything that did come up that's also worth addressing?
So one thing that I would say is the construct. A lot of people... It comes up in enough cases where it's very important to notice. You can either, if you app a cologne, you can just dump Schism and then add it back with Construct. But if you either already have Schism in hand, or if you have like dead cards in hand, you can keep it so that way when you Maximus, you don't have to send Construct. And then you can always use it as a second interruption if they or if you ever need to out your own window.
I don't know, I feel like you could just play a second window.
True, but the extra deck the extra deck spot is a little tight.
Oh, I meant instead of the construct. I mean, like, because window adds back too.
Yeah, but window's a light, so you can send a light to grave.
What lights are like relevant at the moment? I mean, people got me the other day with my Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. They just sent that to the graveyard.
One thing is a Union Carrier. If you play against Dragon Link and you get them down to a simplified game state, and they go to Union Carrier to either get the Buster Lock or whatever, on summon you can send it to grave, so that way they can't.
Okay, just trying to see.
That's probably the most... It's a very niche scenario, but it comes up enough where I'd say it's worth it.
I found the other reason it's sometimes useful to play it is that its attack is a little bit higher than a lot of the other stuff in your extra deck. Because I've definitely beaten Dogmatika purely on summoning a monster with like 3,400 attack or 2,900 attack, 28.
Yep.
And 28.
Anything over 28 is normally a lot harder to get rid of.
Yeah, because not everybody's on the construct, so sometimes I go for 28 and I'm like, they can't do anything. If they can do something, it's got to be construct, and my monsters in that deck were fire, so it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else worth thinking of? 2 Ash Dragon, I think, is interesting. I don't think everybody's on 2 Ash Dragon.
Yeah, that's another... I played 1 for a while, but I was playing the Dragoon package for a while. I hate the Dragoon package in this. It's so bad.
I agree. I don't think the Dragoon package is worth playing whatsoever in any deck. except
So then
for the Subterra deck.
yeah, I would say so. Basically the Dragoon and Verte that's the second Ash Dragon and then the Linkuriboh. So those two spots are pretty flex spots. The Linkuriboh did come up in one of ours,
Yeah.
but it's a flex spot. It's personal preference, you know, depending on how your meta is at your locals or whatever. But second Ash comes up enough where it comes up in grindier matches. This deck does have a decent job at OTKing. Like, it can put out, you know, 8,000, 9,000 damage on a turn if it has to. You just have to be able to really understand the matchups and know what's crucial to hit.
Okay. Alright, trying to think of anything else. Any other things you've tried in the deck before that may have been working, but you took out for other reasons? Because this deck is very flexible on how you build it, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of different builds to it. Like, some people like a heavier trap-based version of it with Ice Dragon's Prism, but I think this deck loses a lot harder going second, and that just makes it lose even more. But that's why we run 9 hand traps in the main, and then both droplets and tactics in the main. Because if they set up Dragoon and you open either one of those, that's, you know, you either let them use Dragoon, then you take it and pop their board and attack with them, or you just negate Dragoon and then beat over it.
Okay, I definitely am down for taking Dragoon and popping things and killing your opponent immediately. I just don't think it's played enough. Yeah. I don't think it's good enough, but like, I have talents myself, and I've stopped playing it because I'm not playing like one-card combo decks where if I draw 2 cards I can do something. I'm not really that desperate to pull a hand trap out of my opponent's hand, and unless they're playing Dragoon, I don't think taking their monster is effective enough, depending on the scenario. But I don't know. I'm iffy on tactics at the moment.
Yeah, for this deck, it's like, it really hurts when Alistair gets stopped, but that's why it's a nice follow-up, you know, drawing more cards always. Most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time you use tactics, it's to draw 2. The only time you either rip a card is if your hand's perfect, or you take a card if, like, you're going second, take their Dragoon.
And I think in most cases, drawing 2 cards is the worst effect on this card, and I don't think this deck takes advantage of the other 2 effects well enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm iffy on this card. I think it's more of a 2-of just because bricking on it's horrible, and just drawing 2 cards doesn't do anything when you're drawing a bunch of the same cards sometimes, which is obviously that's been our biggest issue this entire game.
That was it. We drew, I think almost every single Desires, we drew Desires off of Desires. So.
Or Driver.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was going, or we opened one game with, what, 4 Alistairs?
Yep. But of course, it's small sample size, so obviously you take it with a grain of salt. But I've been playing it I've been playing decks since it came out in early August. Yeah. And overall, like, you'll get your brick games, but overall it performs pretty well, and it does a good job against most matchups, especially like heavy Dragon Link, heavy Infernoble decks,
which are my worst matchups. So
yeah. And those are, like, you know, tier 1 decks in the meta. So if you can summon Winda, normally that's enough to beat those decks alone. And then everything else is to protect your Winda.
Yeah, honestly, if Winda is the game plan, I kind of feel like just playing a Shadal deck should be good enough. Because, like, you can literally just go into Construct and mill this trap card, and then turn Construct into Gravity Controller, and just add this card to your hand.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just, Winda's the biggest win condition on those type of decks. However, you know, with the Dogmatika cards and obviously Alistair, the Invoked Engine, it just gives a really nice rounded area to be able to interact a lot with your opponent on their turn. Because a perfect board, you normally have like 4 to 5 interruptions with like Makaba, Fleur, Schism, and then either a punishment if you searched it or some other hand trap.
All right.
So it does a good job just all around.
Okay. I think that's all we got to discuss on this deck. Thanks again, Mike, for coming on and helping out.
No problem.
I definitely
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast. I definitely learned something. Hopefully you guys did too. Make sure you click the like and subscribe button for more videos like this. Hopefully, with all these remote duel tournaments, I'll find more people covering more decks. I won't be so limited to all my locals players who never want to come by because, you know, coronavirus. Anyways, so that's going to end this video. We'll see you guys next time.